Okay guys, this was a video we were supposed to post last Thursday, but we got to the lake and got to fishing and having a ball and forgot. So today's going to be the long cut video, but if you didn't see, we had a pretty good tournament at Rayburn this past weekend. 2-day tournament, TTO Pro Team, over 100 fish. So we're going to show you the long cut today. We're going to come back tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. We're going to show you practice. We're going to show you a video from my wife Sarah. Then we're going to come back Thursday with the first day of the tournament, and we're going to come back next Tuesday with the second day of the tournament. So some things have changed dramatically at Rayburn in the last, actually Friday, when we got that cold rain. Weather cooled off a bunch, and we figured a little something out, and they started snapping. So we're going to show y'all stuff like this starting on tomorrow, on Wednesday. So stick around. Fishing at Rayburn just got really good. I think y'all are going to enjoy this a bunch. All right, guys, so we are north. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. That's the 147 bridge, okay? We've talked about this before. So let me get the boat spun around. Give y'all a good orientation. So there's the 147 bridge. We're going to spin the boat around here where we're facing the right direction. You can see I'm filming myself filming, and we're about to be filming myself filming, because we're going to put a drone in the air.
That's only if I can find my phone.
Did you bring it?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the big map. All right, so this is Jackson Hill, okay? This is the canyons. This is Humphreys right here. Sorry, this is Castle Boykins. I always do that. And we're going to show y'all what's known as the long cut. So starting right here, right where we sit right now, let's just pull it straight in as close as we can. That waypoint we are just almost sitting on top of. Well, there you go, right there. 31, 24, 540, 094, 33, 568. That is the start of the long cut. Now I'm going to show you the long cut is not exactly straight, but it's really, really close to straight. It actually probably is straight. My trail is not perfectly straight. So Jason's going to put the drone in the air. We're going to show you the hard timber line where it starts here, and it goes way, way over here. What I'm going to tell you is, if you're running up the Jackson Hill side, you really want to hug this bank, but he's going to show you right here in a second. So okay, so again, 147 bridge down here, right? And this is the long cut going up the Angelina arm. And what I'm going to show you right here is, so that's the island in front of the canyons right there. And there's a hard timber line that runs across and then goes up that way. So we've talked about this before. If you want to go up the Atoyac arm, you come under the bridge and you kind of hug this side and you stay all the way. Jackson Hill's right here, and pretty much if you stay to the right, you're good all the way to the power lines. We'll cover that in a future video. But for this one, we're going to show you the long cut and then the short cut, which goes between the long cut and the Atoyac arm, with the deer stand sitting right here. And next week we're going to show you the deer stand from the sky, which is really cool looking. But that's what we're going to show you. We're going to fly the drone and show you this hard timber line right here in just a second. So we're going to put that drone in the air. He's orienting it so it knows where it is, and hopefully not going to give us a haircut.
Not today.
And by the way, I hired somebody who has a whole lot of experience flying a drone. So here we go.
That might be the truth of the day.
Yeah, so I want to fly that way. We're going to fly that way.
And we're starting our video.
All right.
And we decided to go 2.7, which is just that slightly above. And we're going to shoot 30 frames a second.
Okay, shoot it.
All right, we are recording. All right, so what elevation do you want to be at?
Not much higher than that, because I want them to be able to see the wood out here.
Okay, and I'm going that way first.
Yeah, go that way. So go to the wood and go down that where they can see the timber.
So here's our view.
Yeah, so swing to the right just a little bit.
Like that?
Oh, that thing was haul ass, man.
That's only going 30.
Yeah, that's crazy. You see wood yet?
Not really.
All right, go a little more to the right. See the wood over here? That's
here we go.
All right.
Now we're on top.
All right, so pick that up and just come up that timber line. I can't see the drone there.
It's up there. That's why I have a strobe light on it.
There you go. All right, so just bring it down that timber line. Bring it to us just a little bit.
No.
I'm just watching it. Bring it back to us right there.
Back to the boat?
Yeah.
No, that's a pretty shot.
It is a pretty shot. And there you see us. It's not hard to figure out. We're flying back to the east because we're flying into the sun. That's the riprap of the 147 bridge right there. And now we're swinging around. That's the point. There's a little island out off the point in front of Jackson Hill. That's what we're looking at there. And you'll see there's not as much timber over here. But, I mean, you see one coming into the frame right here in just a second. There's some timber scattered across there. So you're almost at the corner where that starts. And by the way, from the very first map, if you go back to that, there's a real big shallow spot, right, a hump, if you will, right at the mouth of the long cut. And right now, that's super shallow. Normally at pool, you can kind of run across that thing. But right now, it's super shallow. So there you see the timber. And he's going to make a long flight out across there. And then we're going to come back. Well, you see there's still a fair amount of timber out there, kind of to the left edge of that horizon. Well, right before we swung around would have been the deer stands, but now he spun back around and looking back at us, and he's going to come back across the mouth of the long cut. There you go. So let's go back and let's do a little drive up the long cut, and we'll give you some more waypoints as we go here. All right, so this is going to be us running up the long cut. We're going to give you some more waypoints as we go up it, and we're also going to show you the shortcut, but that's basically kind of the line we're going to take. You see, I was not quite in it right there, so I just a little jog back to the left, and now I'm running right down the middle of the long cut. Now there's a floater up here on the right. I say it's a floater, it's been there forever, but there is one log as you're going up the lake on the right hand side. But right now this is actually pretty easy to see. It's hard to see from this view because of the height, but you'll see there's some timber scattered down both sides. And I'm going to say the long cut through here, it's probably 100 yards wide. I mean, it's pretty wide up through here. Just kind of split it right down the middle. And what you're going to see is here in just a minute, we're going to come up on some big wavy trees on the right. Actually, there's big wavy trees on both sides, but the big wavy trees, there's a little cluster of them. And those trees been there a long time, over 50 years, and they're still standing through a lot of hurricanes, a lot of wind, a lot of ice, but they're still there. I'm going to speed it up right here for a minute, guys. All right, we just sped it up from 35 miles an hour to about 140 miles an hour, about 7 times speed. Oh, the magic of video. That bird was really flying right there, wasn't he? All right, now we're going to come right up here on the shortcut. Boat looks tiny in that picture.
Do everything around us.
All right, so Jason's giving us an orbit right now. And what I'm going to show you is this waypoint right here, 039, is 31, 25, 670, 94, 35, 594. That is just before that patch of wavy timber. So Jackson Hill is right over there, and the deer stand mouth is right here. And if you want to go up what's called the shortcut, that's your corner right there to run across the shortcut. The shortcut makes me nervous right now, so I'm not going to run it. And there's really not a lot of reason to run it unless you're coming out of Jackson Hill. But if you're wanting to go into the deer stand, that patch of timber right there that he just flew around, so you can see there's big timber on our left. Okay, so that would be, basically that's due west right there. So there's big timber right there. And there's tall timber right there, but you want to swing around that corner. You can see there's one barely sticking out of the water over there, but that's what you want to do. And it's been pretty much a straight line from that first waypoint to that waypoint right there to get to here. through the long cut, and we're going to go on up the rest of the way to the long cut to Hanks is going to be right up there.
I'm going to get...
Guys, I'll admit I'm mesmerized, I have a hard time with that word, by this overhead footage, especially in the low light. You know, Jason has already gotten a little bit of business from this. It's Jason with photography by JR and Nacogdoches, and he's already said if he books more stuff that they said they found it on Ken Smith Fishing, he's going to continue to help us film more of the lake, and there's a ton of the lake I'd love to film. So this is it's not inexpensive, but if he gives us a discount, it helps, and it allows me to film even more. So I'm going to flip around here, and I want you guys to see also the view over the front of the boat going up the lake. So here's what that looks like right here. Guys, this is going to be the end of the long cut. I'm going to keep running. That's the end of the long cut. 31, 26, 764, 94, 38, 687. And I'll show you from the drone when we cross it. So that's the end of it right there. Now, if Jason can swivel the camera right over there, can you see those houses?
I can, yeah, give me just a second. Let me turn off the follow mode. Yes.
All right, so to the right of those houses, that pocket where that pontoon boat is, that's Hank's. Okay, so if you're coming up here, when you get past, see there's that little skinny tree over there that's been there for years. That's the end of it. You don't want to get too close to that tree because there's some scattered ones, as you can probably see over there. Can you fly over that?
Absolutely.
So what you want to do if you're going on up the lake then is you want to go straight. So there's timber on your right over here. All this is timber on the right side. So, and I've got my contours turned off. This is all timber out here. So what you want to do, he's showing you, so I'll be split screening this.
Okay, so am I painted over here towards the right?
Yeah, let's just go up through yonder if you can. There's not a lot of timber, but there's some big stuff out there.
Okay.
So if you're going up here, you want to run all the way up here, not all the way to the bank, but pretty close, and you're going to run this bank all the way up here to where what's called the Ewing cut's going to start. And after we change batteries, off that thing goes at 30 miles an hour. You want to just
31 and a half.
You want to say just left of what he's showing you right there, but that's perfect. That's right down the chute, and you can see that's pretty much timber clear. That actually surprises me personally with the lake 6 feet low. I hope that was a fish right there and not a damn log. You can see he's flying. I can't see the drone anymore, but he's flying that straight line once you get past the end of the cut. So I guess the truth be told, you can make that turn right there at pool, because again, we're 6 feet low, and go straight at that point up there. I learned something myself today, boys. All right, so there you go. So that is Shirley Creek would be on your right there. That's the point you go around normally at pool, not right now, but at pool, to make the little half moon if you're going into actually Hanks Creek. Don't confuse Hanks Creek with Hanks Boat Launch. Hanks Creek's around that corner on your left, you're looking at right there, and then on around to Stanley, and then that's also where the Ewing cut starts, which we're going to come back to in a couple of weeks to show you how to run up to the 103 bridge. So we're going to go up the Ewing cut, we're going to fly all the way to the 103 bridge, we're going to look at Duranzo, we're going to look at Stanley, but next on the list is going to be the deer stand. So that's the next thing we're going to look at is the deer stand. And that's just some gorgeous footage. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I've learned some stuff doing this series. Like what I just saw right there. I always assumed I had to run all the way to the bank, but what I see now is pretty much once you pop about 100 yards out of the top of the long cut, you can hook them straight to that point right there, and that's something new to me. So that's a view looking right at Stanley, and then he's spinning back around, and that's going to be Hanks Creek boat ramps right there. There's 2 boat ramps in there, and then spun all the way. That's the canyons right there. This is slow-mo, so it's a little bit choppy. And then looking back up the long cut with the deer stand on your left side right there. That's the back side entrance to the deer stand you're looking at right there at the top left of your picture. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see y'all again real soon.